Team you can trust. This is News 8 at noon.
Good afternoon. Mark is off today. News 8 is your local election headquarters. Brighton Town Supervisor Board member Robin Wilt has officially announced her run for state assembly. But questions have been raised about whether Wilt is eligible to run. Waukesha Bailey caught up with her in Irondequoit to ask about those concerns. Waukesha, what does she have to say?
Well, Elijah, that's right. I just spoke with Wilt, and she says that she's all in. Matter of fact, she says that she's owned her home in Brighton for years. Now, Wilt's announcement to run for assembly comes just weeks after her defeat for seat in Congress. And according to the Board of Elections, to run for assembly, Wilt must have lived in Brighton for 12 months and be a resident of New York State for 5 years. Now, Wilt lived with her family for a number of years in Seattle. And according to the Kane County Board of Elections in Seattle, Wilt voted there from 2012 to 2016. We questioned her eligibility, and this is what she had to say.
I have deep roots in the Rochester community, very deep roots, and I am well qualified to run for this office, and I've owned my current residence for the last 15 years. I do think that there will be people who make the argument that I have not been a resident, but that is for the courts to decide, and I will make my case to the courts. I will not be tried in the courts of public opinion.
Now, Wilt did not confirm or deny if she did live in Seattle and voted in Seattle between 2012 and 2016. So still a lot of questions. Elijah?
Thank you, Waukesha. Well, we will continue to monitor this developing story. You can find updates at rochesterfirst.com under the YLEH tab. Well, a protest underway right now over a new store that opened in the village of Webster. It's called Trump's Team Deplorable, and some people are not happy with its politically charged mission. Jeannie McBride has been covering this story, and she joins us live right now. Jeannie?
Hi, Elijah. I'm here with protesters on East Main Street in Webster who are exercising their right of freedom of speech on this July 4th. Now, the dozen of young people that came out here today, are here to protest Trump's Team Deplorable. It's a T-shirt store that opened yesterday, but there are supporters of this place as well. Now, to recap, the owner of the store, Bruce Bendoff, says he's a proud American and a Trump supporter. He also believes conservatives are being squashed by liberals and can't speak openly. With his store, conservatives are getting a voice. Those who are against the store say this promotes Trump hate, and not everyone in Webster is pro-Trump. Bendoff, however, did speak to the protesters today, saying he's trying to start a conversation, not stomp out the more liberal beliefs.
And they have the right, every right to go out there and protest and say what they want to say. And we have every right to feel the way that we want to feel.
The idea that they could just think that this community was a place that would be 100% accepting of that without anybody protesting it is why we're doing this.
Now, like I said earlier, despite the protesters, there are people that are in support of this store praising the owner for opening it. This is truly a sign of both parties expressing their freedom of rights today on our nation's birthday. Elijah.
All right, well, thank you so much, Jeannie. We have yet to hear back from the village mayor or town supervisor about the store. However, the owner claims he has support from both leaders. Well, police are investigating a double shooting that left one man dead in Rochester. Police say they were called to York Street shortly after 1 o'clock this morning. They found a 42-year-old man and a 28-year-old woman who had both been shot. They were taken to Strong Memorial Hospital, where the man died a short while later. The woman is listed right now in stable condition. Investigators say they located a person of interest at a home on Bay Street. It is unclear what their connection is to the shooting. The Board of Trustees at University Prep say they are looking into why the school's valedictorian was banned from giving a speech at graduation. Jason Lavette says he went to the head administrator of the Rochester Charter School with his valedictorian speech, but wasn't allowed to deliver it at graduation. Lovett admits it could have been because of issues between him and the school principal. When he wasn't allowed to give the speech, Rochester Mayor Lovely Warren let him deliver it at City Hall. The school's Board of Trustees posted a statement on Facebook this morning, saying in part, for confidentiality reasons, the school isn't able to speak about the specifics of this situation. However, the school did try to connect with the mayor's office, and the school's call was not returned. You can read the Board of Trustees' full statement on our website at rochesterfirst.com. NewsAid.com. Well, it was a scary situation for neighbors who live in the North Clinton Avenue section of Rochester when they woke up to what they described as a loud boom. The Rochester Fire Department says it was a result of a gas leak. The impact was so strong it blew out the front window to the house. Fire crews had to evacuate several nearby homes as a precaution. One man we got a chance to speak with says he lives right next door, and he is just thankful he and his wife made it out safely.
I just came from vacation. I'm sleeping. I hear a loud boom. I look out of my bedroom, see a back of a guy running out of the yard, not knowing, what happened. Then the fire department had me come out the home.
Luckily, there are no injuries as a result of this explosion. Nearby neighbors who had to evacuate have been given the all clear to go back inside their homes. Fire crews say the home where the explosion took place can no longer be occupied. Well, services have been set for the New York State trooper shot and killed in the line of duty Monday. Calling hours for Trooper Nicholas Clark will take place this Saturday, July 7th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's at Alfred University in the McLean Physical Education Center. Funeral services are set for the next day, Sunday, July 8th at 11 a.m. in the same building. A shuttle will transfer people from Alfred State College. Well, it's a beautiful and not too hot start to this 4th of July, but how would the weather hold up for the rest of the day? Meteorologist James Gilbert is back with that answer. James?
Hey, Elijah. Yeah, looking pretty good right now, as you mentioned. Tons of blue sky out there across Lake Ontario. A beautiful view. We are close to that 90-degree mark, and I do expect us to hit it within the next few hours. 89 right now. Dew point, not terrible. We know that's a 70-degree mark. That's what we watch for, to know that the humidity is really playing a role. But right now, it's not too bad, and we will see that 90-degree mark again within the next few hours. Forecast high about 92 or 93. For most spots, your July 4th planning forecast, why not enjoy it? There is a heat advisory out for most of Western New York. That indicates the heat index. It will feel like 95 at times. So we definitely want to make sure we stay hydrated, stay near a cold body of water, and enjoy it. I think the rain showers stay to our south, as they have been all morning long. This batch of rain has pushed its way southward, and your Futurecast here shows for the rest of the afternoon and evening it will likely stay there. Just an isolated shower going to be possible across the Finger Lakes. But the rain does move through tomorrow, and it finally gets rid of this 90-degree streak that we have. I'll tell you how we enter into the weekend coming up in just a couple of minutes.
All right, well, thank you, James. Here's a look at a few of the fireworks shows happening tonight. The City of Rochester's fireworks display begins at 10 o'clock with music starting at 7:30 p.m. Canandaigua's parade began at 10 o'clock this morning with fireworks at 9:45 tonight. And Chilai's Chili Festival started moments ago at noon. Henrietta's celebration starts at 4 p.m. in Veterans Memorial Park with fireworks at 9:40. And there are many more celebrations happening today for the 4th. We have a full list of those events at RochesterFirst.com. Well, James is back with the full forecast after the break, and ahead in today's Health Watch, another reason for women to take folic acid during pregnancy, how it affects children's mental health. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 8, the team you can trust. Mark Gruba and meteorologist Josh Nichols. This is News 8 at noon.
Every year,